it's Laura with Soul Intrigue Yoga. Today is Mindfulness Monday on the Soul Intrigue Yoga blog, and today we're going to be talking about a subject that will be of particular relevance to all of us here as the holidays approach, but also relevant every day of the year: mindful eating. We're going to be talking about the challenges that we may be facing here with the holidays coming up. But also, I really just want to drive home the most loving and nurturing act that you can do for yourself, which is create a present and loving relationship with your food. Now, that being said, I'm not a nutritionist and I'm not really an expert on this subject at all. I bring it up because it's a practice that I would like to bring more of into my life. And so we are absolutely in this together. And while I realize that this is a very emotional and very real struggle for a lot of people, I am posting some links to a few YouTube videos that I found inspirational, educational, and a website that deals with mindfulness in general, but has some really great exercises and information and encouragement and even support for people who may need help with creating that mindful approach to the relationship with their food. There is nothing small about creating a practice of mindful eating. What I know about my relationship with my food is that it will absolutely dictate who I am and how I feel in my life. And that's real, and you can see that every time that you overeat and you feel sluggish, or every time that you eat something too sweet and you feel that sugar high and the sugar crash, and you can absolutely see this on a day-to-day basis. And I'm not really here to judge what we're eating at all. And actually, I strongly encourage you not to really judge the food in particular. What I want to talk about is creating a loving relationship with your food. And we're talking about the relationship, not the food itself. Because our relationship with our food, we can learn so much about our relationship with life just based on the simple little things that happen when we eat. Like, if you look at a dog, you can look at a dog and you can watch them eat, and you can tell if they were really hungry. The way that they eat will tell you if they're aggressive, or if they are meek and shy, if they are fearful. And we have these same emotions arise in us as we're eating. And a lot of us are so afraid to look at these emotions and at these mirrors of ourselves, per se, that we tend to eat on autopilot, where we're eating while we watch TV, we're eating while we talk to people, we're eating, while we're driving down the road and doing other things. And I think an important thing to realize about this is that you're doing it to avoid something, and that it's okay to slow down and to look at that part of yourself, because being mindful and being present when we eat and looking at ourselves will allow us the opportunity to kind of change these things, these emotional things about ourselves. And I'm not saying that anyone needs to change. All I'm saying is that, for me in particular, I tried to eat a banana this morning, and I tried to do it mindfully. And I was doing other things, and so I sat down and I looked at the banana and I peeled it, and I took a moment to smell it out, I had to close my eyes in order to sit and to slowly eat the banana. And halfway through, I'll admit it, I got up and I went and did something and set the banana down and then came back. And I realized about myself that I eat as a means to an end. That typically I am eating because my body is feeling very hungry, and I eat rather than enjoying my food. That I eat as a means to an end. That I eat and I like to swallow fast, and it's like I'm trying to get somewhere. What that tells me about my life right now is that there's probably a lot of other things going on in my life that I'm missing, that are flying past me. And so we can learn like little things like this about ourselves by watching the way that we eat. And then I will probably apply this to my life by making sure that I sit down for 15 minutes today and just do nothing. And, with my family, with my kids, for whatever, and really try to see what's going on, because I haven't been doing that lately. I've been busy. And so I'm not going to beat myself up about it, and I don't suggest that you beat yourself up about anything that you learn as you endeavor onto your mindful eating practice. I think that the past is the past, and mindfulness is about the present. And so if things arise, rather than looking at them and sticking labels on them, if it makes you cry, then cry. If it makes you laugh, then laugh. But let it be what it is, and come into this beautiful, loving, and nurturing relationship with your food. And so as soon as these things arise and you can look at them and see them for what they are, then the next thought is past. Go ahead and take a label. I'm really against labels as a rule, but I think this one can be of particular use to anyone who struggles with not being able to be present as they eat. Take a past label, and when these emotions arise, you can allow yourself to feel them, but go ahead and stick that past sticker on there and say, this is past. And then come back to the food, just like we come back to the breath and meditation. Come back to the food. Think about the texture of the food. Think about the way it feels as you swallow it. Think about the way that the air changes. That the next inhale that I took after I took a bite of banana was completely different. The scent of the air around me changed. It changes our entire experience. And we know that if we taste something that we don't like, but it's not often that we actually take the time to embrace the beauty of what happens and what occurs for us, for our life experience, when we eat the things that we do like. And so I encourage you to give time and give attention to the beauty that occurs in bringing things into yourself that you love. Also, think about the food. Think about where it came from. Think about the fruit growing on the trees. Think about the animals grazing out in the grass. Think about the beauty of all the abundance and the plenty that we have here in America of food. And even if it's not expensive food, even if it's not fixed up beautifully, set it on a plate in a way that you can look at it and you can watch yourself bring the food up to your mouth, and you can enjoy that, and you can understand and really, really take hold of the fact that you are creating your future self. That the food that you bring into your body actually becomes who you are. And so in 2 years, none of the cells that are in your body, what is making you up right now, will not be here. You will be absolutely made up of the rhythm of your breath, the stress and the tension of holding your breath, or the beauty and the flow of a rhythmic breath, which occurs when we mindful breathe. and the food and the drinks and the nourishment that you've brought into your body. And so we're not only creating our experience today when we eat, overeat, or eat something healthy or eat something not healthy, we are creating our bodies, our future self. And we will remember all the experiences that we've had in these bodies. And so we're creating these experiences, these memories for ourselves of being happy, of being energetic, of, feeling good and feeling light in our skin. Now, by that same token, I want to really enforce the importance of feeling energetic rather than looking energetic. Feeling beautiful rather than looking beautiful. Feeling strong rather than looking strong. I've spent so many years of my life appearing to others in ways that I was not feeling on the inside. And what I can tell you about that is that you missed the mark. There's not really much more I can say about it. Basically, you miss out because looking strong does not give you the gift of feeling strong. And so what I'm encouraging with this is to kind of steer clear of the trends. There's a lot of useful and inspirational education out there when it comes to food and products. But rather than sticking that label onto yourself as I'm a vegetarian, and so if I stick a label of a vegetarian onto myself, then there's probably a good chance that I can feel really bad about myself if I eat sushi or if I eat lobster, which I do. And so rather than allowing the trends to label your diet so that you go in this constant struggle of whether you're doing good or doing bad by eating what or eating where, I really encourage you to just throw that all in the trash. The trends are the trends. They're there for our inspiration only, to gather information and choose for ourselves what's right at whatever given place we are at in our mindful eating practice. It's really not about fulfilling a role. And I feel like that happens a lot, and around the holidays in particular, it happens as well, because there are traditions and there are, old family recipes, and there's, all these big, glorious displays, which this is all valid, this is all very valuable, and it's beautiful, and it creates lovely life experiences for us. And so I'm not saying to steer clear of these experiences, but just to steer clear of the internal voices that tell us how to react to these experiences as far as our relationship with food goes. Allow your relationship with your food to be about who you are and how you're feeling in the present moment. And allow yourself to take that time to bring yourself into the present, to really experience your food, to experience that loving and nurturing relationship with yourself in the present moment and with your future self. And so creating a happier life and a more strong feeling life, a more energetic feeling life, creating life itself for you and for the ones that you love. I encourage you to check out the links that are on here if you have any struggles with any of this. And like I say, I want you to know that we are in this together, and I really hope that if you have any good information, any inspiring knowledge on the subject of food and mindful eating and relationships to food, anything at all, please post it in the comments for the other viewers so that we can all kind of strengthen and support and share with one another I can think of no greater gift to give to ourselves for this holiday season than to be present and aware and responsible and be able to enjoy the act of us creating ourselves and creating our lives. And so I hope that you have a great Mindful Monday, that you're able to maybe go ahead and do it now. Don't think about the past and whether you've done it before. Don't think about the future. Don't procrastinate. Do it now. Next time you eat, sit down and go ahead, take a breath, and really, really think about what you're doing and see what you find. And I hope that it's a beautiful experience and you're creating your beautiful self and your beautiful future, and that you can feel as much love for you as I feel for you. I love you, and I want you to flourish and nurture and become everything that you can be in this life. So have a wonderful Mindful Monday, Mindfulness Monday, and namaste.